Originally I was going to, hold on, let me turn that down. Originally I was going to make this video and I was gonna paint my nails at the same time, but I kind of been looking at my nails in this very camera and I think I'm gonna keep them pink because it kind of looks really nice. But look, see, I kept looking at my nails and I was like, because I never get my nails done. I was looking at them and I was like, oh, I don't really like it. It's a little too baby pink for me. It's not really what I want to go for. It's not very adult, but it's very natural. I mean, it could be more natural. It's still a little bit too baby pink for me. But this blue just makes me feel so like elegant and nice and royal, but also very young and like very like party, like fun time. But I was like, no, I think the blue is better. Like, look how it pops. It's so nice. But then I was looking at just the pink nails and I was like, wait, these are kind of sweet and like really like, now I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm so sorry I spent 53 seconds of this video talking about that, but I was gonna paint my nails and now I'm indecisive, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about this, but maybe I'll figure it out. I wanted to talk a little bit about something that happened to me today, that happens to me quite often as a, unmarried woman. This is crazy. Like, I really had to sit there today and I was just like, am I coming off as like, I don't know, like, let me explain. So basically today I was talking to one of my co-aides, I'm not really sure what to call them, a man much older than myself, like probably in their 50s, kind of just asked me about my relationship status, my dating life, things like that, which I thought was really personal because I met this man yesterday. And I get it, like when you're older, and sometimes Latino men are like this, like they just like want to give their opinion and they like want to like, for example, if I had told him, yes, I'm married with kids because he asked, or if I had told him, yes, I have a boyfriend, this, that, and the third, he would have definitely given his opinion on it, but I was like, no, like, first of all, I don't want to answer your questions. They're very personal. And like, I just met you and I just kind of wanted to like say hi, but it's like, I get it. Sometimes older people, especially Latinos, like sometimes have no boundaries, especially men. They just not self-aware and they think they're being nice. They think they're like getting to know you. And I just think it's a lot. And so I'm very prone to like fibbing and just being like, I don't know. So I kind of answered every question by saying, I don't know. But when he asked if I was married, if I had kids, if I was seeing anyone, I was like, no, just me. And usually when I tell people this, they just leave me alone after that. And they're like, okay. But like, I guess because I'm older, because he asked my age, he's like, oh my God, like life is so short. Like, you have to like settle down and get married and this, that, and the third. And started asking me what I do on the weekends. And I'm like, sir, stop. And I just kind of did one of these. I just want to know, like, I mean, I kind of figured it out, but I just want to know why my singleness or apparent singleness, because it's my recommended or my preferred way to go about things when I am interested in someone or in a relationship is to keep things really private, nobody's business but my own. I've always been like that. Ask anyone, I've always been like that. But I just feel like it's the best way to get to know someone, and I always keep things to myself, so I always appear single. I always come off as very like, oh, I don't want to say I come off as single. I'm just saying like I always appear very independent, and that bothers people, especially the older I get. It bothers people, and usually I don't mind. Like I said, this man was saying all this, and I was just like, But what really bothers me is when a woman says it, because it's like, girl, I've chosen freedom, and isn't that what we wanted? Like, and I think it bothers people specifically, like I'm really dissecting this right now, because it bothers them that I'm like free. Why does this keep falling? Okay, put it here. Okay. I think it bothers people that I essentially come off as a free bird. Like, and I don't know who told me this. I don't know if I read it, but I remember a woman was saying how oftentimes married women who are miserable, who are older, will force younger people or make younger people feel bad, especially women, about being unmarried with kids because they want you to be just as miserable as they are. And I'm not saying if you're married with kids that you're miserable. I'm not saying if you're in a relationship you're miserable. Absolutely not. That's not the case. And it's ultimately something I want to experience. I want to get married one day, but I've made the conscious decision to be free in my 20s, travel the world, and that's just the decision I've made. And it irks people, and it always shocks me. I'm like, that's just what I want to do. Like, I want to travel and I want to live in different places, and I want to learn new languages, and I want to try every food, and I just want to like write and be free. Like, what? I feel like I have every right to do that. And it's not even that I feel it, I'm actively doing it. And I think that people get bothered by it or just get weirded out by it. And this has been a trend, like since I was like 22, 23, where men, like I once had another coworker who was just shocked, like utterly shocked. I think he's like an older man. I think he got married when he was like 17, or no, his wife was 17, and I think he was like 20. And, you know, they got married young. They had like 3 or 4 kids, and she was shocked that I wasn't like taken and with child. I was like, no. And we sat and we talked about it for a while, and he apologized to me later on because I think I sat and explained my viewpoint, and he still thinks it's weird, but he respects my decision, which, like, I don't need his respect. I can do whatever the heck I want. That's the point. But like when my aunts would tell me to, you know, get married and find a good man and make sure I marry rich or this, that, and the third, like it's mind blowing. It's like really from a storybook. It's like, this can't be real. It's in one ear out the other, but it's just a little painful to be like, wow, like as women, I feel like you felt like you had no choice. It's exactly as you're describing. I think they kind of want the younger women, at least the ones that appear to like take their life into their own hands, to do the same thing that they did. And at least from my point of view, a lot of their marriages kind of, I don't want to say went up in flames, but kind of had a lot more bad than I think any person would like. Not going to get into details, but to preach marriage on someone who has actively decided not to go that route at this point in their life, I don't even want to say it just screams jealousy, but it really hurts, to be honest. It hurts me because I'm like, it always makes me not second guess, but I can understand how it would make someone second guess their choices. And if you want to appease family members, or if you want to appease the people around you, it can definitely lead down that path. I could have been married with children already, you know? And it really makes me feel self-conscious about my decisions, even though I'm so happy with the choices I've made. Every day I'm just like, thank you, God. Because I chose this for me. I want to do what I want to do. And it hurts me when the younger someone is, when they say this. Because more often than not, it's just like a reflection of maybe something they wanted to do but couldn't, or felt like they couldn't, or things got in the way, life got in the way. And I'm very fortunate to like live my life the way I want to, because I feel, man, if a 26, at my grand age, at my big old age of 26, my near death age of 26, I feel like I shouldn't be worried about it. Like I'm like that's for my 30s, that's for my like, that's how I actively feel. And please don't come in these comments telling me, well, when you're in your 30s, it's gonna be hard to conceive a child. It goes down by 50%. I'm aware of everything. I'm aware of all that, because as a woman, you're constantly being told about childbirth. You're constantly being told about being a mother. And I've been a mother my whole life. I've raised too many kids at this point. I've done my part. And I really want to go into fostering and adoption when I'm older. Those are the things I want to do. Again, choices. But people get really like shocked and hurt by it. And I get it. I will take the time to sit and explain. I will, especially if you're interested to hear. But sometimes I feel like I'm fighting with someone about my choices that have nothing to do with them. And it really hurts me sometimes. But what I really enjoy more than anything is when, for example, I didn't realize this, but apparently every time I post my travels, I post the foods I'm eating, I, you know, I don't know, go thrifting, do whatever the heck, because I'm not crazy. I don't know, try a new bookstore, whatever the heck. I've gotten young girls telling me how I inspire them, or how they want to do what I'm doing. And it just makes me feel really, really good. Because I'm like, if that's what you want, you go for it. It is not impossible to achieve. Like, I'm from a small town with not a lot of resources. um but if that's what you want, I think you should work towards it, and I think you should get it, because you have every right to it. And I feel like what happens is people either get impatient, or people want or people actively want to be married with kids, and that is a choice. And with that choice comes the complications of not being able to do everything you want at the drop of a hat. Obviously, you can have a kid and still have a fulfilling career, still have a travel life, still have a social life. You can do it all with kids and with husband and with whatever. But it's just harder. It's just harder. And a lot of times what I'm finding is when my friends or my family get married with kids, they actively just stop doing it, period. And they have to wait till the kid's much older, or they just get tired. And that's understandable, but that's not what I want. So I think I chose me after having rejected myself the majority of my teen and elementary life. Like, as a kid, I just, I've lived for others too long. I want to live for me, and I have been. I'd say the last 3 years or so. And no, I don't want to settle down. No, I don't want to stop. No, I don't want to get married. No, I don't want children. No, I don't want this. I know what I want, and I'm going for it. And if I happen to fall in love along the way, that's great. And I think I deserve that also. It's not guaranteed, but it's something I look forward to. So I don't know. Maybe I really feel like my lifestyle isn't crazy. So when people constantly tell me like, oh, I can't believe you're not with anyone. I can't believe you're not planning on wedding. It really just shocks me. I'm like, am I that old that people are just, maybe I should just lie. Maybe I should tell people I'm 22, because then they're like, oh, you're so young. You have the whole world. I'm like, yeah, I still have the whole world. I didn't have the access to everything at 22 that I do now. I wasn't able to do everything at 22. And 26, in my opinion, is still young. 30s is still young. 35 is still young. And if I want to do all the things that you decided to do at 20, 21, 22, 23, which is settle down, if I decide to do that later, I'm the problem. I'm the issue. But I'm not. I'm not. And I think a lot of my family members think I'm a bad influence on the younger kids, which is crazy. Again, I feel like I'm not doing anything wild. I'm not, like, if you feel like you want to go down a different path, if you want to just backpack through Europe, if you want to just live on a cruise ship, or you want to live a little bit of a different lifestyle, go do that. You should be able to. And if it's something you really want, then focus on it. And if you're being pressured to settle down per se, it just, instead of taking that all in and feeling hurt, feel bad for the person who is telling you that. Instead of supporting you or hearing you, they are wanting you to live a more normal lifestyle, which is fine. They probably care about you. But I think there's a huge world out there, and I have barely scratched the surface on what it is to, and I'm not trying to find myself. That is not what I'm talking about. I just want to be a writer and travel and make content and do what I want to do. And I feel like that scares people, which is unfortunate. Yeah, like I said, that man that I spoke to today, kind of just like made me feel icky. Like, sir, that's not what it just, I don't know if he was asking me what I do on the weekends, and was making all of these assumptions. Was like, you probably go out dancing, you probably go out drinking, you probably do this, that, and the third, probably because I'm younger than him. And instead of answering the question, I just kind of threw it back at him, and I was like, well, what are you doing? What do you do on the weekends? He's like, nothing, I just stay at home and I just watch TV. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I didn't make any assumptions, so like, that's all I ask for me in return. I don't know, y'all. yeah, I think you can do it. I think if you want to do something a little different, you should. And I think people are capable of having it all. I think people are capable of having. I think you are capable of having a fulfilling relationship, and I've said this before. I think you're capable of having a fulfilling relationship and children, if that's what you want. At the same time as you explore the world or pursue career goals, I think you can do it all. I think people are capable of doing it all. Me, I feel like it would make it a little bit harder or a lot harder because I feel like I give 100%. And if I want to give 100% to my child, I'm going to have to give up a few things. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that right now to this non-existent child who is not in my life currently. I owe it to me because I gotta look out for me. I'm here. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't like talking about this on the internet, period, but I want people to know you're free. Be free. Like, and I sure hope that this isn't coming across as like hateful, because I feel like when people are being unsupportive in my real life, that comes off a little hateful. Like, why are you telling me to do something that I've been telling you I do not want to pursue at this moment? It's just difficult. And then I end up feeling sad because I feel like I've disappointed them, but sad also that they feel the need to push that on me so hard, and that they've been doing that since I was really, really young. And I feel like they've come to a point, at least a lot of people that know me and my family, they've come to a point where they've stopped asking, and I'm grateful, because I really just want to spend time with the people I love and not get like criticized for the choices that I'm making, that again aren't hurting anyone, are benefiting me in my personal, just in my viewpoint. So I don't know. I don't even know if this video was coherent. Hopefully it was. I think I'm gonna keep the pink nails, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. And I painted it so nice. It has a little star in the middle. There, I painted it so nice. Okay. Well, thank you for listening. I don't know if this was helpful at all, but if you feel like you're going through something similar, I hope that you have the strength to hold on to what's important to you. I think I grew up in a small town, and I couldn't not see beyond. I did not see my life starting and finishing and ending in that small town. No. I refuse. I felt more for myself, and I believed that there was more. And there is. Like, there's so much more. So if you want to do something untraditional, if you want to like maybe get a different type of job than people are used to seeing, or travel to a place that people aren't used to, or learn a new skill, whatever the heck, whatever. You have every right, and you know that, but sometimes people just need to be reminded. And that's everything. Bye. I hope that made sense.